All right, ladies and gentlemen, Pro Play has been officially revealed. We did a video for the trailer, but now we're going to break down the article and give you guys all the juicy news. There's a lot going on, and I'm going to make sure we give you all the goods. So stick around, rock with us. If we earn your likes, comments, and subscriptions, it is appreciated. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm so excited about this. Let's go down the rabbit hole. Before we go any further, NBA 2K24 is only, this specific Pro Play is only for next gen, so PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Understand that. And basically gameplay enhancements is a lot that they're talking about and discussing, and I'm going to showcase the actual website. You can check out the link below to read it on your own. But this technology is called Pro Play, and it's basically enhancing the gameplay. Okay, so we have the great article actually by 2K, and we're going to break down exactly what's going on. We want to try to cut through the small stuff and the simple stuff. We want to try to show you guys everything you need, so stick around. It's going to be somewhat short, so keep your eyes open and keep your ears in tune. So as we see here, this is the official course side report, aka the article. They talk about the differences, and just like the trailer, which I broke down on my other video, right here there's differences between Kevin Durant, and we're going to be watching some of these just to show you guys more or less the exact tendencies of a player will be replicated. That is very, very cool. Then they talk about the animations. How are they doing this? Basically, they're able to get every movement and interactions as most realistic as possible using Pro Play for next gen. Okay, so the animations for jump shots, dunks, layups, dribble moves, pass animations, signature moves on offense and defense. This is a very critical part because I'm a defensive player, but I also love my offense. Intuitive offense. Let's listen into Mike Wang a little bit to hear what he got to say about this.
Players who play on Hall of Fame or comp online games will be playing with green or miss shot timing for the ultimate challenge. But team control modes will see more forgiving shot timing, so you won't have to memorize every single player's release to the exact frame to find success. The shot timing release time setting from NBA 2K23 has been converted to a new setting called Shot Timing Visual Cue. Now you can set your desired release point based on whatever animation cue works best for you. This makes it much easier to play with players and teams you're not as familiar with. Advanced layups like floaters, reverses, euros, hop steps, and scoops are much more effective this year. And I'd encourage everyone to try out layup timing. It's much more forgiving for high percentage layups and also gives you the ability to finish tough circus layups in traffic if you can master it. For dunkers in New Gen, you can now force rim hangs from any two-hand dunk by simply keeping the sprint trigger held when the dunker grabs the rim. Down on the Pro Stick will give you flashy dunks, and up-down or down-up double throws will let you attempt contact dunks in traffic with the dunk meter. Meter dunks are green or miss on higher difficulty levels now, so you have to be precise to finish off the play. Bigs are going to have a lot of fun dominating in the paint in NBA 2K24. You can now branch out of any offensive rebound to a putback attempt by simply pressing the shot button after the catch. Post fades and hop shots are also really effective shots for post players, and you can definitely feel the impact of strength and weight as bigger players easily dominate weaker ones on the glass. Everything about offense, defense, and coaching has been streamlined to make NBA 2K24 more enjoyable for all. We can't wait for you to experience the ultra-realistic gameplay in NBA 2K24.
There you go. So they break down pretty much everything we're about to talk about, but I wanted y'all to hear from Mike Wang himself. You got shot timing. It's going to be on Hall of Fame difficulty for online modes like the Rec and the City, which is perfect. That means if it's green, it's going in. If not, it's going to miss. Simple as that. And we're used to that. We love that. I think that's important to teach us how to have a skill gap. And then on other modes like Play Now, My NBA, My Team, it'll be a little more forgiving, which makes sense. Then layup timing. Layup timing is now on by default and has also been redesigned to be able to be more forgiving for easy finishes at the rim, while also rewarding players for mastering it. etc., etc. So this is important. I think the skill gap is needed at finishing. So way more timing and things like that would be very, very good as we go forward. And Mike Wayne kind of touched on the paint and how that's going to work and how effective it is. So we're not going to get into that, but we do want to listen to him talk about dribble breakdown. This is a big one. So let's go. Y'all ready?
Shooting has been customized and improved for all various modes, difficulties, and player skill levels. But in order to get high percentage shots, you need to know how to create separation off the dribble. One of my favorite elements in NBA 2K24 is the dribble breakdowns. Each player has two versions. Regular breakdowns are done by flicking up on the right analog stick, and aggressive breakdowns are done by flicking up with sprint held. This will initiate a sequence of signature size-up moves that you can use to create separation with on their own, or branch out of at any time for an explosive drive or other dribble move combo. This year features all new signature double crosses, hezi crosses, and escape moves. Another major addition is the blowout dribble. Tapping the sprint trigger while moving will give you a quick burst of speed where the ball handler pushes the ball ahead to get out quickly on the break. In the front court, tapping sprint will give you a quick change of pace to quickly blow by defenders. Adrenaline boosts are back, but have been redesigned to make both offense and defense more skill-based. On offense, boosts are no longer lost when pulling off dribble combos or moving short distances. This gives dribblers much more freedom to create off the bounce. But boosts will disappear every time the on-ball defender can bump the ball handler on a drive attempt. Losing adrenaline won't feel like moving in mud like last year, but it will heavily impact shooting attributes. So if a good defender can bump the dribbler 2 or 3 times in a single possession, they'll have a really tough time scoring if they do manage to get free. Creating your own shot off the dribble isn't the only way to get good shots. Knowing how to operate away from the ball is just as important. NBA 2K24 features new right analog stick jukes and other quick explosive moves to free yourself up for a shot. Tapping the sprint trigger will also give you a huge burst of speed to find open spots on the floor for spot-up jumpers or easy rim runs for dunks. Everything about—
All right, guys, that right there is the breakdown for dribbling adrenaline specifically. We know that's been a big conversation in the community. Don't get it twisted. I think that it's still gonna have a little bit of a challenge. They basically made it so that you guys can't cry no more. No offense, but now people can cry about having to use their brains more than just spamming moves. They're gonna make it a little more free flowing, excuse me, which is important, and that's very cool. This one right here is interesting to me. Defense is something that we've always talked about every year, just like dribbling. Let's see what they got to say.
Defensive movement has improved on many fronts, with better responsiveness and less sliding. This helps defenders get where they need to be, and with the improved body-up system, ball handlers will have a tough time getting free against great defenders. The improved contact can also be felt in the paint. Big defensive anchors will have a much easier time putting a body on shooters at the rim and forcing tough shots. Directional steals are also back. You need to reach with the correct hand closest to the ball and avoid reaching across the body to maximize success and avoid foul calls. You can also use directional steals to play passing lanes by flicking the right stick in the correct direction to get your hand in the way and deflect the pass. And when it comes to contesting shots, it's important to be patient and wait for the correct time to jump. If you're behind the shooter, jumping too early, biting on fakes, or closing out late, you'll quickly find yourself racking up fouls and giving up and-one opportunities.
Very cool stuff right there, and interesting to see how this will be implemented. There's another big change right here, guys, one that I like, but let's see what you guys think. It's basically in-game takeovers. You get to decide what you want to do, and let's hear Mike Wayne explain it.
Takeover returns to NBA 2K24, but with a different spin. Instead of assigning a takeover ability as part of the build process, now you can choose a category of attributes to boost on the fly. When you fill up the takeover meter, you can choose between finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense rebounding, or physicals. If you delay your takeover and fill up double takeover, you can choose 2 different categories of ratings to boost, making you a true threat on both ends of the floor. Everything about offense, defense, and coaching has been streamlined to make NBA 2K24 more enjoyable for all. We can't wait.
Yeah, he says the same thing at the end of every video. And then there's Coach of Ease, which is stuff for simulation basketball, whether you're playing my team, my NBA, and so on, where you can do freelance moves and so on and so on. We're not going to get into this. We're going to make separate videos for all that. Let's just take one more moment to recap some of this so you guys can kind of say, what was he talking about? What is he saying? Well, first and foremost, Pro Play is going to let you get better animations for everything: dribbles, shooting, dunking, passing, signature moves on defense and offense. That's going to be very important. And then you have the new systems for shooting. They're going to make it so that Hall of Fame shooting happens within online modes, and then offline modes, for the most part, you know, team controlled off modes, you can be a little more forgiving with your shots. And that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Then layup timing by default will be on. I'm sure they probably got an option to turn that off for people who are rookies, but basically I think this should be mandatory for every person. You got to learn how to time your shots. If you don't time it too good, you're going to miss. And that's something that they're putting in the game just by default as far as starting the game off. I believe this is going to be able to be changed as we go forward. Dunks are similar from what I hear. You can hang on the rim and stuff like that, but that's not a big deal. The breakdown for dribbling, very important. Some new aspects when it comes to more aggressive to the rims and things like that. But the key one is the adrenaline boost. It's going to be back, but it's revamped and changed. And now you're not going to lose it as much when you do small little bursts and small moves. So that's interesting. We'll see how that plays out when it officially gets revealed. And when it does, I will be having that breakdown. All right, so those are the core things. And then, of course, the takeover to me was a big one, where in game you're going to be able to boost specific attributes for yourself. So it's going to be a different thing, a different beast, but super interesting, and very excited to see how that would play out going forward. But ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed that. It's a little bit longer than normal, but I wanted to give you every single thing about the details. We're going to break all these down individually as well, and as we learn more, give you all that news. So just leave in the comments what you want to see, what you're interested in, and so on. Let's talk soon. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Mad Gamer out.